So I recently watched Greg Araki's new film, Kaboom. Now, last year at Fright Fest, Kaboom was pulled from the festival. The organiser of the festival said this was because Greg Araki said that he didn't want his film watched by a bunch of horror geeks. A lot of people took offence to this, but Greg Araki came back and said this was not the reason the film was pulled from the festival. He felt that maybe the film wouldn't play well in the festival, and he's right. After watching it, this film would have zero place in the Fright Fest Film Festival, simply because it's not a horror film. It's more of a science fiction college drama, I suppose. So you have Smith, who's this sort of not confused, but he doesn't attach himself to any sexuality. He's gay. He's sort of hooking up with this free spirit girl called London. His best friend is this artistic lesbian called Stella, and he has this roommate called Thor who he sort of lusts after. And the film very much starts like a college quirky comedy, but midway through it sort of takes its turn and becomes more of this thriller, mystery, science fiction film. It's made very well. I'm not a big fan of Greg Araki. I liked Mysterious Skin. I thought that it was a little bit overrated for the film that it was. Joseph Gordon-Levitt done a great job, but I didn't find anything stand out. There was nothing there for me. It's not really my sort of film usually. Doom Generation was recommended to me after I'd seen Mysterious Skin, and again, it was okay. From the person who recommended it to me, just hyped up to be this wonderful movie, undiscovered treasure, and I didn't find that at all. Not that these weren't well made movies, they just weren't my type of movies. I haven't seen any other Greg Araki films, simply because of those two films. I'm like, well, if I get round to seeing them, we'll check them out. When Kaboom came around, because I heard it was kind of science fiction, being a genre that I really like, I was interested. I saw the trailer and was immediately put off. It totally looked like another Mysterious Skin, another Doom Generation type film, a film that would have nothing to offer me. I got a chance to watch it, and coming out of it, I really enjoyed it. Probably more than Mysterious Skin. Now, this might not be a better made film than Mysterious Skin. It certainly has a few flaws in terms of, I think, character structure, but I found the acting really well, especially of the three main characters who play Smith, Stella, and London. James Duval is in this film as well, and he's an actor that I really would love to see more of in bigger films. And I think that for an actor of his generation, he levels that of Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and really would like to see him in more films. He's not in this film much, but whenever I see James Duval in a film, I'm pretty happy to be watching that film. The story is not hardcore sci-fi. This isn't a Philip K. Dick novel. This isn't an Arthur C. Clarke novel. It just has that touch of sci-fi. In terms of it deals with dreams and cults and other things that I won't say because simply I don't want to spoil the film. What I will say is that this is a far better film than expected. I don't think that the trailer is giving it justice, and I don't think a lot of critics are giving it justice, because it's a much more interesting film than they seem to be making out. Greg Araki is by far a favourite director of mine. But after this film, I'm intrigued. I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch his back catalogue, because there are hints of excellence in this film that I think he might have more of in his other films. If you know any other Greg Araki films other than Doom Generation and Mysterious Skin and this, which are your favourites? Why? Try not to spoil the film for me. The film runs at about 86 minutes, and it could have been a little bit longer. That's kind of one criticism. 86 minutes is really, really short, hour and 26 minutes, and especially once this film gets into the third act, it sort of amps up a gear and really gets rolling, and kind of feels like it comes to not an anti-climax, just a really, really, it doesn't delve into the things that you kind of wanted to delve into. That's really my only negative criticism. I didn't really find anything else wrong with this film. I really enjoyed it. I'd recommend it to anyone who probably likes Greg Araki films, or anyone who's interested in, something a bit smaller and something that isn't hardcore sci-fi. It's just a really interesting film, and certainly when it comes out on DVD or Blu, I'll probably check it out again. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below if there's any Greg Araki films that I should definitely check out.